Ladies and gentlemen, I have a confession to make to you all out there right now. This is something that most of you are not going to believe I would ever do. Honestly, this is something I'm not very proud of myself for doing. If this causes me to lose some fans out there, I completely understand, and I can't blame you for turning your back on me. Earlier tonight, I was going through the high stakes thread on 2+2, looking for some great game of POT LIMIT OMAHA hands to talk about. Instead, what I found is something that I haven't thought about in many, many years. Something that used to be a part of my life and used to be a part of my identity as a person. Something that I never thought I would end up going back to. And quite honestly, something that has shocked me. I found myself completely captivated by the current crop of high stakes, no limit Holdem players, and quite possibly, I think these guys might be on some type of drug. The plays that I have seen these players making have shocked me, and I honestly have no fucking idea what's going on. I need you out there to help me figure out the pandemic that has overtaken the current crop of high stakes no limit Holdem cash game players. Let me show you what exactly I mean, and let's try to piece this out and figure out what's happening. Alright, and this hand takes place between OTB Red Baron and LLinusLove. LLinusLove, new to the high stakes no limit Holdem world over these past couple years. OTB Red Baron, been one of the end bosses of no limit Holdem for a little bit of time now. They're $6,600 deep. And by the way, obviously no limit Holdem, not my specialty of game. My game of choice, of course, POT LIMIT OMAHA, the great game. So we're not going to get too analytical in terms of these hands. We're going to let you out there help us, because we know everyone out there is a professional no limit Holdem player at this point in time. So maybe you guys can figure out what's happening here. So LLinusLove opens the cutoff to $106 at $25.50. OTB Red Baron in the small blind makes a 3-bet to $456.97. LLinusLove goes ahead and makes the call. Flop comes down King 5-3, 2 diamonds. OTB Red Baron bets 221 into 963. LLinusLove makes the call. Turns a 5, pairs the board. OTB Red Baron checks. LLinusLove checks. Now here is where I need your help. The river comes down. It's the deuce of spades. King 5-5-3 deuce. The flush draw misses. 4-6 gets there. Ace 4 gets there. OTB Red Baron decides to bet 1,690 into a pot of 1,405. And LLinusLove shoves all in. OTB Red Baron tanks for just a little bit and makes the call. Now, the hands that we are shown down here are OTB Red Baron has pocket jacks. LLinusLove has ace-6. So he's got the 6 blocker. He's got the ace blocker. OTB Red Baron takes down $13.3 thousand pot. Now when I look at this hand, guys, I don't know what I'm missing. Okay, I don't know what the Dream Machine says. So this hand appears to be, I guess, kind of standard up until the river point. OTB Red Baron 3-bets jacks. LLinusLove defends. Makes a small C-bet, which appears to be a strategy a lot of players are using at high stakes right now. Even in PLO, some players are using this as well. So he makes a small continuation bet. LLinusLove calls with ace high and a couple backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. Turn 5, check. River, OTB Red Baron decides to overbet for value. I'm assuming he's thinking that if LLinusLove has a king, he's probably going to bet the turn. If LLinusLove has a 5, he's probably going to bet the turn as well. So he's thinking that I'm going to try to get called by some ace highs, some 3s, some pairs lower than jacks. Now, LLinusLove decides to shove all in here with his blockers. I'm not even going to pretend to quite understand at a high level exactly what's happening with no limit Holdem right now. But to me, overbet calling jacks in this river seems fucking crazy. Now, maybe that's not crazy. Maybe this is completely standard play. I don't know who's making this play out there right now. This seems insane. But yeah, I mean, this is the state of no limit Holdem these days. And this next hand with OTB Red Baron and TrueTeller. All right, so this hand, guys, once again, You know, it seems like this seems crazy. 100, 200, they're playing three-handed with three of the top players right now at 6 max Holdem, OTB, TrueTeller, and LLinusLove. They are approximately $32,000 deep, so they are very, very deep stacked. TrueTeller opens the small, he limps the small blind, and OTB Red Baron makes a raise, $620. TrueTeller decides to call, and we see a flop. Flop comes down King 10-4, Rainbow. OTB Red Baron makes a continuation bet of about 1/3 pot, and TrueTeller goes ahead check call. Everything so far looks fine. Turn is the 2, brings the backdoor clubs. TrueTeller checks, and OTB Red Baron decides to bet $4,263 into a pot of 2,094, slightly an overbet. And OTB Red Baron decides to check call. River comes down, it's the king of clubs, backdoor flush gets there, and does pair the board as well. King, king, 10, 2, 4. Pot's $10,621. TrueTeller checks, and OTB Red Baron decides to go all in. So I don't know what the fuck is going on here, guys. I don't know. So OTB Red Baron decides to bet $27,000 into a pot of $10,600, and TrueTeller goes ahead and he tank calls. He shows down. OTB Red Baron has pocket 10, so he has a full house. And TrueTeller shows down Queen 4 of clubs for the Queen high flush. So pot $65,000. So OTB Red Baron flops middle set. The turn is the 2 of clubs. He goes ahead and check calls. River is the king. So now we start saying, is this a spot? I mean, we make a flush, right? But do we need to put in $27,000 on the river into a pot of $10,000? Think about what hands would OTB Red Baron be bluffing here with. And quite honestly, I have no idea. I don't know what kind of psychopaths are 2x potting the turn and then betting $27,000 in a $10,000 pot on the river, but with what bluffs they're gonna have. But yeah, once again, I don't know what's happening. All right, this hand is at 5,100 ante. It takes place between Oborra and Katya. So Oborra, I think some people might have said he might be a bot, or he might be some weird shit might be going on with this guy. And Katya has been a very long time high stakes player. So Oborra opens the button to a min raise, and Katya is going to defend the big blind. Flop comes down King 5-4, 2 hearts. Katya checks. Oborra bets 152 into 510, and Katya goes at check calls. Turn is the 9 of clubs. Katya checks. Oborra bets 608 into 814, about 3/4 pot. And Katya check calls. River is the 7 of hearts, so King 4, 5, 7, 9. The flush does get there. 3-6 gets there. 6-8 potential gut shot gets there as well. I think about these hands from such a PLO perspective. my ranges on my combos are slightly different when I look at Nolan Holdem, I gotta say. I have not looked at some hands like this in quite a long time. So Katya checks. Oborra decides to overbet $3,000 into $2,000, and Katya goes at check calls. Katya shows down, or Oborra has ace 10 with the ace of hearts, so he has ace high, and he turns his hand into a bluff, obviously. And Katya has queen 4 offsuit with the queen of hearts. So I mean, I guess Oborra is polarizing his range when he bets. I don't even want to say that. I don't know if these guys are polarized when they overbet here. I would assume that they're polarized to a strong flush here, or any flush here. But maybe they have pocket fucking kings. I don't know what's happening, man. Some of these hands, he might have pocket 7s here. Like there's and if he's calling queen 4, maybe he should have pocket 7s here. So like I said, I don't know. Queen 4 blocker, got a heart blocker. So I guess that's a pretty standard call. All right, this last hand between TrueTeller and LLinusLove, it takes place 100, 200. Stacks are approximately $20,000 deep here. So TrueTeller goes ahead, opens up the button to 2.5x, $450. LLinusLove goes ahead, calls the big blind. Flop comes down 7-2-3 with 2 hearts, goes check, check. Turn comes the 3 of diamonds, pairs the board. LLinusLove checks. TrueTeller decides to bet $500, about half pot. LLinusLove decides check raises, makes it 1830. TrueTeller 4 bets here, makes it, or 3 bets here rather, makes it 4,800. And LLinusLove goes ahead and makes the call. pot on the river here is $10,600. River is the 8 of clubs, so 8, 7, 3, 3, 2. Flush draw does miss, straight draw does miss. LLinusLove decides to lead the river for, I believe it's 20 something hundred. I believe the total is 2,500. So he bets about 1/4 pot here on the river. So he check raises, calls the 3-bet on the turn, and then leads the river. TrueTeller goes ahead and calls, and LLinusLove shows down King 7 offsuit and wins the hand. So now, right, King 7 check raises the turn, calls a re-raise, leads the river, gets called, wins the hand. All right, now instead of me thinking about this hand, I'm going to take a look at what Icon posted over on 2+2, and we're going to go from here. He says, TrueTeller opens the button, has some combos with 3x, but not too many, mostly bets them on the flop. Low board with a flush draw, TrueTeller probably not slow playing much in the flop. Linus calls 2.5x big blind, not too many combos of 3x either. I don't know if that's true or not. So King 7 is pretty strong, has a bunch of combo draws that are natural check raises. What is TrueTeller 3-bet? Could be, meaning what is TrueTeller 3-bet on the turn? He could have 3x, obviously, but also something like ace 2 makes sense. Blocks the ace 3, which is Linus' most likely value hand. Is quite vulnerable, has good equity versus combo draws. Linus calls because he thinks he's good enough. He's good often enough. Then on the river, all of his combo draws brick, and something like 4 or 5 hearts has 0 showdown and loses some of TrueTeller's bluffs. So strategy where you lead that and then some value beats 100% check, I guess, could also just be street poker. So basically what he's saying is that when he check raises the turn, he might want to have King 7 in that range of check raise because he is going to have some combination draws as well, like a 4 or 5 of hearts, maybe like a ace 4 of hearts, maybe ace 5 of hearts, something like that too. I guess there are just not many combo draws in Nolan Holdem as there are in PLO potentially here. So yeah, we're gonna go with what Icon said here. I'm very curious to see what you guys think about some of these hands. Is this complete street poker? Is this complete nonsense? Have these guys lost their mind entirely? Is it just people clicking buttons? You know, what exactly is happening here? Very curious to get you guys' take on it. Hope you guys enjoyed this very special 2-card Nolan Holdem video. Let me know what you think. Much love. Be back tomorrow. Podcasting, Kevin Martin.